Dr. Yoni Whitten here, and this week we're talking about tennis elbow. What I want to go over specifically is which structures are involved in tennis elbow, what's creating your pain, and then I'm going to give you a simple 3-part strategy for eliminating tennis elbow once and for all. Let's jump into this. To really understand what's going on with your tennis elbow, you need to know what the underlying anatomy looks like here. So a tennis elbow is also known as a lateral epicondylitis, and the lateral epicondyle is indicated here on my skin with this blue square. Now here's what it looks like when you remove the skin and all the muscles. You see this big bump sticking out here on the outside edge of your elbow? That's the lateral epicondyle, and an itis means inflammation. So plainly speaking, this is an inflammation of that bump on the outside edge of the elbow. Now, other important structures that you need to know about are the extensor group for your wrist, which are located here in these dark purple circles with the green lines in between. Those muscles have these really long tendons that cross the wrist, and they're responsible for this motion, pulling the wrist backwards like that. You can see that those muscles flex out and pop out when I pull my wrist back. It's because those muscles are responsible for that motion. So a lateral epicondylitis, or a tennis elbow, is an inflammation usually due to repetition, overuse of this muscle group, and you get little microscopic tears generally where the muscle belly meets the tendon. Because the damage with tennis elbow almost always happens in this area with really poor blood supply, the first thing that you want to do if you're struggling with this problem is bring blood to that area. This is going to bring in a fresh supply of nutrients and help repair the damage that's been done. There's a lot of different ways to do this, but my favorite way when you're working on yourself is with a set of these inexpensive silicone cups. And all you need to do to use this cup is to depress it and flatten it out using your thumb, and then apply it to the most tender area at the elbow. And then watch as that cup inflates really slowly. And what you'll see, is that when that top pops out like that, you've got full inflation and you're getting a nice negative pressure suction right there. That's drawing blood into the area. These sets usually come with a few different sizes, and what you can do is you can trace the tenderness of where your problem is, and you can actually apply multiple cups. And watch as this one fills out as well. Just like that, and then you're bringing blood flow to that area. And you can just leave that cup on for 90 seconds or 2 minutes, and that's just going to be drawing blood into the area. When someone is first starting out with this strategy, I'll often have them do the self-cupping 5 or 6 times a day just to make sure that they're bringing in that fresh supply of nutrients all day long. Part 2 of this strategy is my secret weapon, and it's a completely untapped resource for resolving tennis elbow. What it is a taping strategy that you're going to use at night just before you go to bed, and it's going to allow you to not only bring in that fresh supply of nutrients all night long, but it's actually going to create a neurological downregulation or a forced relaxation of those overworked tissues. The only thing that you're going to need to do this is a roll of rock tape with one strip that's cut down to 5 or 6 inches, with the edges rounded off, and then as always with rock tape, you want to make sure that your skin is clean and dry and free of lotions, creams, and moisturizers. Now let me show you how to tape a tennis elbow. You're going to take your 5 to 6 inch piece of rock tape with the edges rounded. You're going to tear 2 inches from the back and peel that edge away. You're then going to apply the rock tape dead center in the muscle belly of this extensor group. We're going to be aiming upward here towards the epicondyle. You're going to set that down with the 2 inches exposed. Use the backing of your rock tape to rub and heat that up and activate the adhesive. And then you're going to peel your backing away, just like that. And you're going to draw towards the epicondyle with your wrist pointed downward like that to put those muscles into a stretched position. You're going to cover the epicondyle with 20 to 30% stretch on the tape. Lay that tape down and then use the backing to rub and activate the whole thing. Get a real good stick on that. So you can see here, We started right in the muscle belly in the center and drew upward, covering the whole epicondyle. The two parts of the strategy that we've gone over so far are both super effective, and I've successfully used them 1,000 times over in clinical practice. But they're both back-end or treatment strategies. They're dealing with the problem once it's already there. What we really need when we're attempting to resolve chronic pain conditions are front-end strategies that come at the problem from the prevention side. So with tennis elbow, the trick here is to figure out which activities are you engaging in on a regular basis that are causing or contributing to the damage of that extensor group. So are you actually going out and playing tennis, or are you just holding your wrists at your keyboard in extension for hours on end each day? Maybe you're holding your phone to your ear in a very strange way for extended periods of time. Either way, you've got to figure out which activities that you're doing that involve wrist extension on the painful side, and then figure out ways to either remove those activities for a period of time or modify them in such a way that they stop creating the damage so that you can get the upper hand on this thing and resolve that tennis elbow once and for all. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that you'll put the information to good use. Make sure to like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel to stay updated on the new videos that come out each week. And if you're struggling with chronic pain, you've got to check out my Pain Fix Protocol. This is the new science for permanently resolving these kinds of problems. I'm going to include links for the Pain Fix Protocol, for rock tape, and for the silicone cups that I used in this video in the description down below. And we'll see you guys next week.